Morning students, this is class 12th maths lecture 18th of chapter 7th integrals. See the questions of exercise 7.9. Question number 14th is integral 2x plus 3 upon 5x square plus 1 and the limits are from 0 to 1. So first of all we have to find the antiderivative or the integral of this function, right? So writing this function as 2x upon 5x square plus 1 plus 3 upon 5x square plus 1, right? Now for this integral you will take the denominator as equal to t because x exists in the numerator, right? Now derivate both the sides, you will get 10x into dx equal to dt. So this integral will now become integral of, in place of 5x square plus 1, t, and in place of 2x into dx you will get dt upon 5, right? Plus for this integral, see I am taking 3 common. Also in the denominator you can see the coefficient of x square is 5. We have to make this coefficient as equal to 1. So taking 5 common from the denominator, so you will get 3 by 5 integral of 1 upon x square plus, when you will take 5 common, this term will become 1 by 5, which can be written as 1 by root 5 whole square. Now this value of this integral will be 1 by 5. Integral of 1 by t is log t, and in place of t writing the value we just assumed, plus 3 by 5 into integral of this will be 1 upon x square plus a square is 1 upon a, here a is 1 by root 5, into 10 inverse x by a, so a is 1 by root 5, right? So you will get 1 by 5 log mod 5x square plus 1 plus, when you will solve this, 3 by root 5 into 10 inverse root 5x, right? So this is the integral of the given function. Now because we have to find the area from the interval 0 to 1, so this will be equal to the function this from the limit 0 to 1. Now put the limits. First of all put 1 in this function, so you will get 1 by 5 log 6 plus 3 by root 5 10 inverse root 5, right? Because root 5 into 1 is root 5, minus, now put 0 in this function, so 1 by 5 log 1, because this will become 5 into 0 plus 1, which is 1, plus 3 by root 5 10 inverse 0, because root 5 into 0 is 0, right? Now this will be equal to 1 by 5 into log 6, this term as it is, this term also as it is. Now see, log 1 is 0 plus 10 inverse 0 is also 0, because 10 is 0 at 0 degree, therefore 10 inverse 0 will be 0. So this complete term is 0, therefore this is equal to this 1 by 5 log 6 plus 3 by root 5 10 inverse root 5, right? Question number 16th is integral of 5x square upon x square plus 4x plus 3 from the interval, or the limits are 1 to 2, right? Now first of all this integral can be written as 5 outside, integral of this x square upon x square plus 4x plus 3 can be written as 1 minus 4x plus 3 upon this, right? Which is equal to 5 into integral of 1 from 1 to 2 minus integral of this complete from 1 to 2, right? Now we know integral of 1 is x, so we will first of all find integral of this function. Now this function can be written as, by partial fraction, a upon x plus 1 plus b upon x plus 3. Now take LCM and compare the coefficients. So after comparing the coefficients you will get the value of a and b as minus 1 by 2 and 9 by 2. So the integral will now become integral of, in place of a, minus 1 by 2 upon x plus 1 plus, in place of b, 9 by 2 upon x plus 3, right? Now solve the integrals of these two. Minus 1 by 2 as it is, Integral of 1 upon x plus 1 is log mod x plus 1 plus 9 by 2 as it is. Integral of 1 upon x plus 3 is log mod x plus 3 from the limits 1 to 2. Now put these limits. First of all, in this function put 2 in place of x, so you will get minus 1 by 2 log 3 plus 9 by 2 log 5 minus, now put 1, so minus 1 by 2 log 2 plus 9 by 2 log 4, right? Now see, from these two I am taking minus 1 by 2 common, so you will get log 3 minus log 2, right? Plus, now from these two I am taking 9 by 2 common, so you will get log 5 minus log 4. Now this can be written as, okay, from these two terms now I am taking 1 by 2 common. So from here you will get 9 into, because I have taken 1 by 2 common, so you will get 9 into this, which can be written as log 5 upon 4, minus this can be written as log 3 by 2, right? So this is the integral of this function. Now find the integral of this, which will be x from 1 to 2. So you will get the answer as 2 minus 1 equal to 1, right? Now they have asked you the integral of this function, 5 into this minus integral of this. So we have just calculated 5 into integral of this is 1, and integral of this we have just calculated, it is minus 1 by 2. 9 into log 5 by 4 minus log 3 by 2. Now question number 18th is integral of sin square x by 2 minus cos square x by 2 into dx. Now see, you know cos 2x is equal to cos square x minus sin square x. Therefore cos x will be equal to cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. Therefore this can be written as minus cos x. Now the integral of cos x is sin x minus, as it is, from 0 to pi. So this will become minus, in place of x, pi, sin pi minus sin 0. Now sin pi is 0 and you know sin 0 is also 0. So the answer will be 0. Clear? Now question number 20th is integral of x into e raised to the power x plus sin pi x by 4 into dx, and the limits are 0 to 1. Right? Now to find this definite integral, first of all we will find the integral of this function. So integral of x into e raised to the power x will be, apply the integration by parts. So x into integral of e raised to the power x minus integral of derivative of first function, that is x, into integral of second function e raised to the power x, and then whole integral also, right? So x as it is, integral of e raised to the power x is e raised to the power x minus integral of, now this is 1 and this is integral of e raised to the power x, which is e raised to the power x only, into dx. Now this term as it is minus, see, integral of e raised to the power x is e raised to the power x only, right? Now the next is integral of sin pi x by 4, because in the question these two terms are given, right? We have find the integral of this. Now we will find the integral of sin pi x by 4, which you can directly write as minus cos pi x by 4 upon pi by 4, which will become 4 by pi, right? How to get this? I have done it here. Let pi x by 4 as equal to t, then derivate both the sides. So pi by 4 into dx is equal to dt. So this integral will now become sin t, and in place of dx, 4 by pi into dt, right? So 4 by pi as it is, integral of sin t is minus cos t. Again in place of t put this value pi by 4x, right? So either you can take the angle as equal to t, or you can write down it directly also. Now we know the integrals of both of these functions. So find out the definite integral, which now be equal to Integral of this is x raised to the power, x into e raised to the power x minus e raised to the power x, and integral of this is minus 4 by pi cos pi x by 4 from the limits 0 to 1. So put the limits. Now in place of x put 1, so you will get 1 into e raised to the power 1, which is e minus 4 by pi into cos, in place of x 1, so pi by 4, minus, now in place of x put 0, so you will get, this will become 0, minus e raised to the power 0 is minus 1, minus 4 by pi into cos pi by 4 into this 0, right, in place of x. So this will become cos 0. Now see here, this e will get cancelled. So minus 4 by pi into cos pi by 4, you know, is 1 by root 2. This minus will become plus 1, plus this will become 4 pi because cos 0 is equal to 1, right? So the final answer you will get as 1 plus 4 by pi, and this when you solve will be minus 2 root 2 by pi. Why? Because when you will divide this 4 by root 2, you will get 2 root 2. Clear? Now the next questions are based on the topic methods of substitution, that is how to find out the definite integral when you have to use substitution, right? So this is the integral given. Obviously we will take tan inverse x as equal to t, because the derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square, right, which exists in the integrand. So take tan inverse x is as equal to t, then you will get 1 upon 1 plus x square into dx equal to dt. Now see, this integral will become, in place of tan inverse x, t, and in place of 1 upon 1 plus x square into dx, dt will come. Also, while using the method of substitution in case of definite integral, change the limits. Now here these are the limits when the function is in terms of x. Now change the limit because here the function is in terms of t, right? So when x is 0, you can calculate t. T is equal to tan inverse x. When x is 0, then t will be tan inverse 0, and tan inverse 0 is equal to 0, right? And when x is equal to 1, so t will be equal to tan inverse 1. Now the value of 10 is 1 at the angle pi by 4. So tan inverse 1 will be pi by 4. So this will now become 0 to pi by 4, right? In place of 0, t is also 0, so write down 0, and in place of x equal to 1, t is pi by 4, so write down pi by 4. The integral of t is t square by 2 from the limit 0 to pi by 4. Now see, what is the benefit of this? Because we have changed the limits, now it is not required to write tan inverse x in place of t. Now we can directly put these limits in this function only to get the answer, right? So when you will put pi by 4 in place of t, you will get pi square by 32, minus when you will put 0 in place of this, so you will get 0 only. So the answer will be pi square by 32, right? Now see the questions of exercise 7.10. So question number 2 is, you have to find the integrals root sin phi into cos phi raised to the power 5 into d phi, and the limits are from 0 to pi by 2. So we will use the method of substitution, because you can see sin phi is inside the root. Therefore take sin phi as equal to t. After derivating both the sides, you will get cos phi into d phi equal to dt. Now see, this integral can be written as root sin phi as it is. This is cos phi raised to the power 5, which can be written as cos phi raised to the power 4 into cos phi, and the cos phi raised to the power 4 can be written as cos square phi whole square, and the cos square phi can be written as 1 minus sin square phi, right? Why we are doing this? Because cos phi into d phi now will change into dt, and the rest of the terms we have changed to sin phi because we let sin phi as equal to t, right? So this will be 0 to pi by 2 in place of sin phi t. So you will get root t into 1 minus t square whole square, right? Now also you have to change the limits. So see, these are the limits of phi, right? Because in the question it is given 0 and pi by 2. So when phi is 0, t will be equal to sin phi, that is t will be equal to sin 0 which is 0, and at phi equal to pi by 2, t is equal to sin pi by 2 which is equal to 1. As we have done the substitution, therefore change the limits, right? So when phi is 0, t is also 0, therefore write down 0, and when phi is pi by 2, t is 1, so write down 1, right? And the integral will be of the function root t into square of this will be 1 plus t raised to the power 4 minus 2t square. Now multiply this root t with all the terms, find out the integral and then put the limits, right? So I have given you the hint for this question. Now see, question number 3 is integral of sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square into dx, and the limits are from 0 to 1. So I have already told you in the previous lectures also that when 1 plus x square is given, take x as equal to tan theta. Now dx will be secant square d theta, right? Why this is so? Because we have derived both the sides. Now this will become sine inverse into, this will become sine 2 theta when you will put tan theta in place of x. This I have already told in the previous lectures how this will be equal to sine 2 theta. So I am not explaining this again, and you will get this as equal to 2 theta. Now do the substitution. So this integral will now become integral of, in place of this complete 2 theta will come, and in place of dx secant square theta into d theta, right? Also we have to change the limits because these are the limits of x, but now the function is in theta, therefore change the limits. As when x is equal to 0, then theta will be, now see from here, theta is tan inverse x, so theta will be tan inverse 0 which is 0, and when x is 1, theta will be tan inverse 1, that is pi by 4. So the integral will now become from 0 to pi by 4, theta into secant square theta into d theta. 2 is constant, therefore taken outside from the integral, right? Now here apply the integration by parts, right? So the integral of theta into secant square theta will now become theta integral of secant square theta minus integral of derivative of the first function into integral of the second function. Now integral of secant square theta you know is tan theta minus integral of the derivative of theta with respect to theta is 1, and integral of secant square theta is tan theta. Now this term as it is minus integral of tan theta is log of secant theta, right? So the definite integral will now become equal to 2 into this term as it is, because this is the integral value of theta into secant square theta. This as it is, and the limits are from 0 to pi by 4. Now put the limits. 2 into, when you firstly put in place of theta pi by 4, so you will get pi by 4 into tan pi by 4 which is 1 minus log secant pi by 4 which is root 2 minus, now in place of theta put 0, when you will put 0 here, this will become 0, and minus minus plus, this will become log of secant 0, and log of secant 0 is log of 1 which is again 0. So you will get pi by 2 minus, see when you will multiply 2 with this term, this is 2 log root 2, that is log root 2 raised to the power 2. So it will become log 2, right? So your homework is you have to complete exercise 7.10. Okay, thank you.